It's me, Francie Webb from Go Milk Yourself, and I'm back here again with another episode of this series for you, the parents. My friends, today I'm going to use a word I don't usually use. Given it a lot of thought, I've decided I'm okay with it today. The word I'm going to use is should. Now, if you know anything about me, you know that I hate shoulding. It is so common when feeding a baby that people are like, well, I know I should wake the baby up, or I know I should give the baby at least this much. And like, absolutely, there are some containers that are pretty important for us to think about when we feed babies. But the language of should just doesn't really help anybody pretty much ever. So I'm going to use it today, and I'm using it intentionally. And I'm using it with a couple thoughts in the background. One of the things going on here is that it's the 10th anniversary of Go Milk Yourself this month, the month that just began. It's been 10 years since I taught the first Go Milk Yourself hand expression workshop to a couple of willing moms. A lot has transcended since then. Now, transcended. I think I meant to say transpired, but I'll take it. I like it. We've been transcending over here. So I'm going to tell you something that I think that everybody who's lactating should do. I think that everybody who's lactating should learn to hand express. Now, if you're a lactation consultant or somebody else who helps people, make milk with their bodies and supports them through that process, you're probably like, yes, let's all learn to hand express, right? I want to tell you why I think every single person can benefit from hand expressing. And that's specifically why I'm using the word should today, is because I just feel like you should do it, okay? So there are 3 reasons that I want to present to you. One of the reasons is that it gives you way more freedom. In general, if we're getting milk out with our bodies, there are just a few options that we can do it with. We can do it with a baby's mouth. We can do it with an electric pump. We can do it with another type of pump, like a manual or a passive milk collector in some way, like a Haka or wearable cups. And of course, I can get it out in any combination of those things. But for many people, like, think about someone who's exclusively pumping. If you're exclusively pumping, you just have one way. If you're only nursing, you just have one way. As soon as you learn to hand express, you have a whole other way. And it tends to feel like, wow, there's more where that came from. And I had no idea that I could do that. So I'm a huge fan of learning to hand express because it simply gives everybody more options, no matter their feeding situation. Another reason that I'm a big fan of you learning to hand express if you're lactating, or you supporting people with learning to hand express when they are lactating, is because it helps people discover their bodies. When I learned to hand express, not only did I have that experience of, wow, there's more where that came from. I had no idea that I could do this. I also had the experience of, like, now I'm getting to know my body. And pretty soon, organically, over time, I was able to assess what massage and compression strategies worked best for me to get my milk out. It got to a point where I didn't even have to think about it. And right now, if there's ever a time where I'm hand expressing, which primarily at this point in my life is to demonstrate for educational purposes, I don't have to think about it. I just do it because I know where the milk likes to come out and how it likes to come out, how quickly it will come out, and when to switch hands or when to switch sides or when to switch moves, when to massage a little bit more, when to stop, when to walk away. Gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away. You get my point, right? I learned so much about myself by hand expressing. I get to know my body better, and we can all benefit from that. And the third reason that I say today, and only today, that you should learn to hand express is because it can help you reach your goals. Learning to hand express can help you have more options, of course, which can extend the length of time that you might make milk with your body because you're feeling a little bit more free instead of a little bit more constrained. But also, hand expression has been shown to help get more milk out. The research on hand expression shows us that when combined with pumping, people get more milk out. Hand expression plus pumping, it's more milk. People who hand express in the first 72 hours after baby's born, if baby's having trouble latching, are much more likely to be breastfeeding at 2 months postpartum than people who did not hand express during that time. And finally, there's been research that suggests that milk that is hand expressed is fattier than milk that is pumped. Now, I don't want you to obsess over this last piece because your milk is awesome no matter its content. And also, I want you to know that hand expression can help you reach your goals, whatever those goals may be, whether it's length of time, whether it's as much milk as possible, whether you have very low production, you're like, I would just like to get as much as my body can, or you have high production and you're like, again, I would like more options. You can help have your goals met if you are somebody who is using the pump at the end of your arms. So that's my story about why you should Learn to Hand Express. And this month, the new hand expression course launches. So if you are somebody who has not yet benefited from the Go Milk Yourself hand expression course, go grab it now. There's a discount for the first couple weeks that we are offering this course. And if you're watching this video later, we intend to keep this course at a really reasonable price for everyone. You'll learn the ins and outs, the how, what, where, when, why of hand expression. And I promise to be there for you every step of the way. So my friends, there's one thing you should do if you're lactating, and it is learn to hand express in combination with other tools that work for you and your family. Thanks so much for being here. I can't wait to see you next time. Now go milk yourself. Happy 10.